When you hear the name The Great Khali, most fans immediately think of WWE. The slow, lumbering walk, the oversized chops, the bizarre dance segments, and of course the infamous Punjabi Playboy gimmick. But what if I told you, before all the memes and the comedy, Khali was actually good? Because back in the early 2000s, the Great Khali wasn't a punchline. He was a legit threat. And in Japan, he was something completely different. Before the world knew him as Khali, he was Dalip Singh, a former police officer from the mountains of Himachal Pradesh, India. A man standing 7 feet 1 inch tall, weighing over 350 pounds with the frame of a living skyscraper. Wrestling promotions saw potential in his sheer size alone. But in Japan, size wasn't enough. You had to move, you had to fight, you had to earn respect. And believe it or not, Dalip Singh did. In 2001, he made his way to All Japan Pro Wrestling, one of the most respected promotions in Japanese wrestling history. There, he joined a faction called Club 7, a group of super heavyweights, including fellow giants like Giant Silva and John Heidenreich. Even in a faction of monsters, Khali stood out. The Japanese fans had seen big men before, from Giant Baba to Vader to Big Show. But there was something raw, something primal about Dalip Singh. And the moment he stepped into the ring, he proved he wasn't just a spectacle. He was a weapon. Forget the version of Khali you saw in WWE, the guy who barely moved, the one who looked like he was in pain, just walking to the ring. In Japan, he was shockingly mobile for a man his size. He wasn't quick, but he didn't need to be. He could throw real punches, hit stiff boots, and slam opponents with authority. He wasn't just surviving in Japan, he was thriving. He wrestled men who had gone to war in the ring, legends like Toshiaki Kawada, icons like Keiji Muto, also known as the Great Muta, and veterans who could hit harder than a sledgehammer. And Khali, he took the hits, gave them back, and stood tall. What makes this so impressive is that Japanese wrestling, or puroresu, doesn't cater to gimmicks. It's about realism, honor, fighting spirit. In Japan, your aura matters, your presence matters. And Khali had it. He didn't need to talk. He didn't need flashy gear or catchphrases. His towering frame, cold stare, and sheer dominance spoke louder than words ever could. And the fans respected it. When Khali walked to the ring in Japan, there wasn't laughter. There was silence. Not because they were bored, but because they were in awe. He reminded them of a different era, an era of unstoppable giants, an era where monsters didn't dance, they destroyed. It wasn't about titles or 5-star matches. Khali's job was to bring presence, power, and fear. And he did it better than anyone expected. In many ways, Japan saw the best version of Khali, a version unchained by gimmicks, unburdened by bad booking, and free to just be a monster. There was no dancing, no comedy, just a man whose size and presence did all the talking. In Japan, he was respected, feared. He looked like something out of myth, a giant who could actually fight. And that version of Khali, it had real promise. But everything changed in 2006 when he signed with WWE. At first, it felt like the world was finally about to witness the same beast Japan had. He debuted by laying out The Undertaker, stopping one of WWE's most protected legends in his tracks. The way he towered over the dead man, it sent a message. A new monster was here, and he wasn't playing games. For a moment, it looked like Dalip Singh, the silent destroyer, had made it to the big stage. But then, the gimmicks started. Instead of building on the aura he'd created overseas, WWE turned him into a sideshow. The matches got slower, the promos got weirder, and before long, the dancing began. They took a legitimate threat and reduced him to comic relief. From chopping heads to kissing contests, from monster to meme. And the version of Khali that once inspired fear in Japan, he vanished. Yes, Khali became a world champion. Yes, he lasted years on WWE's main roster, but what he gained in exposure, he lost in identity. He became known more for his catchphrases and awkward comedy than for his raw, destructive potential. And slowly, the world forgot what he once was capable of. Most fans only remember the goofy version, the Khali who danced, the Khali who talked in broken promos, the Khali who couldn't move. But the fans who saw him in Japan, they remember something else. They remember Dalip Singh, the silent destroyer, the man who didn't need to do much, because just by standing there, he told a story. A presence so powerful, the crowd would fall silent. He didn't need to be flashy. He didn't need five-star matches. He just needed to be exactly what he was, a giant who made wrestling feel real. So the next time someone says the Great Khali couldn't wrestle, tell them to go back. Tell them to watch the old footage, to look past the gimmicks, past the jokes, past the memes. Because once upon a time, in the land of Puro Resu, the Great Khali was actually good.
The Great Khali!
I mean, look at this guy, Cole. I mean, the most physically intimidating human in the world. How do you describe him as a freak of nature?